Today's episode is about messaging and magnetism and getting your point across and not pushing other people away. So Lance is coming in for this episode, and he is one of the most brilliant people that has so many tools in his toolbox to help others with transformation, but he doesn't know how to message it in a way that people can really hear. He's doing lots of networking and lots of action and all of that, but it's just not working in the way that he needs. So I'm going to show him what he needs to change emotionally, because there is a core wound of I feel misunderstood, and it keeps recreating a pattern that doesn't help. I'm going to also show him presence and how to actually shift the way he is speaking. And also we're going to get into some words, some divine downloads I had about his message. So let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Lance Debris. I'm the Clarity Coaching Center, and I specialize working with high performers, specifically with major emotional events. I love helping with self-sabotage, inner conflicts that people work with, because we have things that happen as a childhood that may be young, we don't know what happened, and whenever you can remove that and reprogram that, it actually can update the unconscious in an incredible way. The biggest challenge I'm bringing to Rachael-Jayne today is really trying to understand how to express what I'm doing, and I seem to be hitting some sort of roadblock that I can't tell if it's a baggage problem or a communication problem, because I feel super clear and on it. Something's wrong in my verbiage, and very excited to talk with RJ about this, because I've definitely tried so many modalities, so many approaches, and there's definitely something missing here in my communication. There's definitely a missing piece I'm excited to solve today.
Well, Lance, you're an amazing dude.
Oh, thanks.
There's something about the word dude, too, that I just want to say. I don't even know if I say that to anybody else. It's an amazing dude.
Thank you.
Do you get that a lot?
It makes sense. I've done a lot of stuff, so I'm definitely the dude category of the dozen sports and the traveler and the martial artist and these other things. So I'm definitely a dancer, so I'm definitely probably the dude.
And you were a voiceover specialist.
Yeah, I've done that.
You're a coach now,
Yeah.
working with trauma and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you're an amazing dude.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here, and appreciate that whatever we get into is just the next level, because you've done so much already. And we'll get into the clarity of message, what's happening, what's not working, the strategy of the message, also how you are saying it, energetically, vocally, all of that. So we'll get into all of that, but I'd love to start, because we got to do some work together a few weeks ago in our unshakable focus here at Casa Sagrada, and you had a lot of realizations, you said, about your personality and the mental habits, emotional habits, defense mechanisms of your personality. What have you been with the last few weeks from there? Because I think that might also have a piece to do with the success of messaging and being out there in the real world, getting your attention, for what you do. So yeah, what have you been playing with the last few weeks?
Well, I think it's funny that you're the clarity coach is eating clarity. I've been really thinking about, that last event was pretty amazing, because I've heard all kinds of things of personalities and how people operate. Oh, I'm a blue, yay, I'm a green, or whatever that is. But I feel like most coaches in most places, it's more information. Mm-hmm. And I get frustrated because I'm like, you don't understand. Most of us are already full. We need to empty so we have some space to bring something in. Right? And I like what you experienced, and what you expressed was definitely more of, how do I operate? How am I functioning? How does this person think? How does this person go to safety? Or how is this person operating in full themselves? Yeah. And that now is giving me a blueprint of, and I didn't feel like either some people putting too much in a box. Well, you're this way and that's all you are. Because that's not healthy either. And I would have even, I would have been like, hey, I don't, so to say something.
Don't put me in a box.
Don't put me in a box, But I do think when I looked at this, I was going, as a young kid, wanting to be alone, but also wanting to be in the stage and have all this energy, but then don't talk to me. And I just thought something was a little nutty in here.
Well, now you've met your female mirror in a way.
It's been amazing to see you.
I'm an introvert, and the stage,
yes,
the performance piece.
I love being on stage. I love singing. I love performing. I love voice. I love teaching. I even had a guy do this whole what is it, chart stuff or something. I'm new into that. The whole chart and stars and things, but he didn't even know me. He goes, wow, man, it's like all this one box. It's like wise, speaker, this thing with like performance. And then he goes, and funny enough, it says you won't even be satisfied unless you teach personal growth. I was like, well, damn, that is one accurate mother.
You were meant to be in the spotlight. You're made to be in the spotlight. Have you always known that?
Well, that's nice to hear that. A lot of people have told me it's look at me, and why are you so, oh girl, so much of, you're too much and it's too intense. And I even had a joke the other day of someone who, we were at a networking event. This lady said for like 10 minutes was like, yeah, you need to it's too much information. You need to calm it down and make it more simple. And she's right. Well, I've learned I'm now expressing too much of my bio and what I've done versus what I'm solving. So she's right, but that same thing of like too much energy. Wow, you're so, big and whatever. I'm like, dang, I've had so much practice of having to calm this, what I call the inner dragon as a kid. So this inner dragon is so big, I have to constantly contain. And now I'm learning the magic in me is to let it out.
Yeah, it's like both. It's containing it so you let it out in a potent, magnetic way versus just letting it spill out all over the place,
It might have happened once.
Yeah, because often when someone's having trouble containing their big energy, right? I don't feel like you have a big energy that overwhelms me or people that I see around, but you've got a big energy, right? It's meant for expression.
Yeah.
And when someone is trying to contain that and being able to channel that into a potent, powerful way that people just want to listen and watch for a long, long time, they'll often say, I've been told I'm too much, too intense, too this, too that. And sometimes it goes back, well, I've got to be this, I've got to be that because this is who I am. And there's kind of a little resistance to it.
Yeah.
But it's both. It's like there's something off because people are like too much. But you can't shrink. You can't be less of who you are. So how does that pull together and find its real balance? We'll get to that too. But I want to go back to what you're saying about the inner world and the personality and all of that. And I so appreciate you getting that it's not another typing process, right? People come into my world. It's not like you're this or you're that. Because sometimes that's more validation, which is great.
Yeah, definitely some validation of like, oh, I have been maintaining this dramatic thing, and I remember telling myself I wish I was like a girl, because at least that would make sense of like, I feel so much. I walk up to people, I'm like, oh, you're thinking, feeling this, right? And like, I just know. And my dad we were called the knowing. Like, we would just know stuff. Like, we weren't communicating in some like other world or whatever. We would just get visions of places and names and that, and constantly he was very dramatic. I kind of sometimes wonder if he was a 4. Because he's so big, so dramatic. Even pictures of like so dramatic and like, wow, Dad, like what? But yet he was so firm and so you see pictures of him in a big bull mastiff he has in this giant, at his Wild Bill's Western store, big suit, big beard, double barrel shotgun, black mastiff.
And he's liking it.
Oh,
it's like,
I love it, man.
Awesome. Yeah, and so for us, people listening, type 4, type this. Well, I'm using the Enneagram as the basis, but we use the Enneagram 9 personality types as a way to see how you're in a prison.
Yes.
And giving you the keys to get out of the prison. And other ways to me, I talk about the earth suit. Like, we're driving this earth suit. The real me, the higher me, has got this personality, mind, bodies, energy field. And I'm trying to drive this thing.
It's not me. I love that. It's not me. And I've been really seeing that lately of like this kind of like looking down at this like, oh, it's very interesting. Look at him being all dramatic and goofy, right? And realizing it's really not me. And that's definitely another higher level. I love that you also express in your workshops of where are you seeing yourself helped you know where you're at spiritually in a way.
Yes.
Not that I'm more number 14 and you're 12 or something. I didn't feel that way at all. But
Right. And so the personality type, when you can see it, is like what's motivating the behavior? What's motivating the way you speak? What's motivating the why you might use more of this language than that language? Like you're saying, this woman's like, don't use this, you use that. But we can really open up to like, oh yeah, why do I keep falling into these traps of saying too many words, or what you said, your bio, not the problem you solve, or and we can see it from that lens of the personality and also the energy field.
Well, I can tell you then too, a little bit, even like I can even tell a little bit my own baggage coming up right now would be definitely, I was in special ed rooms. I mean, yeah, I got myself starting to cry. I was put in basically retarded rooms and special ed rooms and special weekenders and brain probes stuck to my head to teach me how to think and focus. We told them ADD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, all this stuff, and a lot of. I'm even actually going to see another coach, my friend, soon, this weekend, because I've been hearing this, Lance, since you were a kid, it's got to be 10 times harder for you, and you'll get still a less result. And that has been it has driven me to be amazing, and I have had to work so hard in school. I had to just to even barely pass, and it was. My folks would tell you it was no lack of effort on my end. We would be together up until the wee ends, helping me.
Right.
And thankfully, college was a little easier, but I can tell there's still some of this proving myself. That's still there.
Because you don't have to work harder than anyone now.
No.
Those days are gone.
I've learned I'm actually quite brilliant and actually a genius in this area. That's why they didn't understand how to put me in their little box. Correct. So given that you don't have to catch up and you don't have to be more brilliant because it's already there, but to see this underlying story, which is very connected to the type 4 in the Enneagram, of I am somehow broken. I am somehow unlike others because there's a flaw in me. Yeah, the what's wrong with me, calling me every day, what's wrong with me? Right?
Even though you know in the next breath that you're brilliant. That's a hard yo-yo.
It is
to
confusing.
Be on. Does that relate to you?
Yes.
I'm brilliant. What's wrong with me? But I'm brilliant. What's wrong with me?
I'm having an ecstatic day. I'm way depressed. Like it'll just hit me sometimes, like out of nowhere. I mean, I just want to like crawl in a corner. And maybe I had an amazing thing happen yesterday. Very strange. You know, sometimes I'm like, people would know me like leaving the party randomly. I'm like, it's too much now. But then all of a sudden I'd be like, totally
too much
fine.
Emotionally?
Too much emotion. I could feel too much. What's mine, what's theirs. I finally got it at 25. I said, I feel like an overstimulated cat. That was the best way I could. I'm overstimulated. And I started saying that more like, oh. I would tell my dad, hey, I'm overstimulated. I'm not leaving. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just fucking.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know what to do. You know? And they would think I'm just, whatever they would think, or friends would think that.
And I think you've grown so much, obviously, from the overstimulated cat, and that's all happening. But what's never going to really leave your experience is excess emotion and feeling, because your heart is so big, and it's part of that personality that I'm going to feel here more than most.
And it's how I can tell my clients. It's actually quite a gift because I know, I freaking know. I'm like, dude, we don't have it yet. I know we don't. And until we get it, I'll get this whack or drop in me.
Exactly.
It goes, whoof. I go, that's it. And they don't even realize it sometimes. And I'll keep talking. They go, and all of a sudden they'll go, oh yeah.
That is, okay. So what I'm getting here is that, and I know because I've had that session with you and I could feel your patience with me. Right? And I know that from doing, like, I'm waiting for I call it the tectonic plates to shift energetically in them.
Yes.
And until I feel
the
that.
aha, the awareness. That's why I call it the clarity, because we brought clarity to this. All of a sudden they get that aha.
Yes.
Then something goes click, I go, oh shoot.
I think it's the click, because you can get the aha from here and you go, I know. But if it doesn't shift in the energy field and the body, it's going to be another aha.
Correct.
Which we all kind of have enough of those.
Yes, we do. We're already full of ahas.
Full of ahas. So yeah, I love that you're like waiting for that and you're feeling it inside. So you already have it in your sessions, but you're not doing that in your messaging. You're not waiting.
That makes sense.
And you're not seeing, and you're not feeling when the shift occurs, when you're talking to someone, when they say, what do you do? That is going to be key. because that is your brilliance. For example, if I said to you, you asked me, what do? I say, well, thanks so much for asking, Lance. I'm Rachael-Jayne Groover, and I'm the creator of Unshakable Presence, and I run Casa Sagrada, and all of our work is with people who've been on a personal and spiritual development path for quite some time and really want to awaken their impact, and they want to inspire change and create wealth too. And I've worked with 15,000 people over the... I'm not doing that, am I? How you see me coach. But if I said...
That's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing. I see it, and people even tell me, they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, or I heard a girl the other day that I was actually at your event. She goes, I heard none of that except the last piece. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. What am I missing? You know, because, and I'm excited, but I think, and it does feel like too much, like, oh man, I've done all this stuff. Like, I've tried everything in the world. Trust me, I figured out what works. Like, I'm so excited.
Your language is not as much the problem as the presence in the first few moments of the meeting, you and hearing.
I'm essentially doing the magnetic message audit with Lance right now. We're coming to a place where it's not so much about the words, but if you would like to take your own magnetic message audit, I've created that for you. I'll put a link in the description. Is it more your message, your presence, your resonance, or your visibility that is the issue? Link is in the description below. Let's continue with Lance as I uncover other things that are happening as to why his message is not landing.
Okay, I had a guy once tell me, you already seem too full to even need a client.
Correct.
I heard that about a year ago, and I was like, I've been chewing on what that meant.
Yes, it's because there's too much. Where if I'm locking into you and going, okay, Lance is going to ask me, what do I do? And I've got my usual thing, and I've got plenty of things I can ask. I'm going to zero in on my genius, my brilliance, and go, when does it click for him energetically? And when do I feel like he's got it? Right? So I would say, thanks for asking, Lance. I'm Rachael-Jayne, and all of my work is with people like you who've been on a personal and spiritual development path for decades. A long time. Pause, right? Teaching. He's got that part, and we're having an elevated conversation.
Pause,
yeah,
so good. Yeah,
an elevated conversation on spiritual awakening, human potential, and entrepreneurship, so you can make more money doing what you love, or for leaders in corporate, but they're really leading a team in the company to way more. And finally, what we do is this unshakable presence work is how to have unshakable inner peace and unshakable presence. So you are on and met, and the mind's not going, and you can truly be in the moment and be truly effective. I'm tuning in. Is he right? So I'm doing the same as I would coaching. So what I want you to do, I want you to do the same thing. I don't care how you introduce yourself, but I want you to see when I'm like, too much, or am I actually getting it? And is your presence affecting me?
I am seeing some points you're already mentioning, because it's really showed me, and when I'm speaking in front of groups, it's kind of pissed me off because I don't understand why I'm even getting nervous, because I'm never nervous talking in front of people or stage or whatever. I usually light up and get excited, but yet I get all flustered, and yeah, it's really freaking annoying. And then hearing people saying like, hey dude, like, yeah, you seem full. I'm like, I am not.
Because you're switching out of you're switching out of your brilliance.
This is what you mean.
Right? Your brilliance is the coaching and really being with someone. Your brilliance is your emotional realm. And then you switch into marketing language, marketing world. And now, and then the words, and then the testimonials, and that's what's freaking you out, because you're coming out of your own unique way of being.
I've had to do that to like survive the way I grew up, let's just say, I definitely had to go into mental overrealization of proving that I'm not this bad kid or this. I grew up with very intense religion abuse at 7, like, yeah, if you enjoy life, you're going to go to hell, right? So I went to major analytical of this, like, what am I going to do to stay out of hell? And this, I think, is, wow, still happening.
Yeah. Well, and here's the good news, is it doesn't happen when you're coaching people.
No.
That's the good news, because we can anchor what that feels like and bring that feeling into your marketing.
Yeah, because this thing gets in the way.
Yes, for all of us. For all of us, right? We've got to let that excessive thinking and bring in more of the feeling. This is for you, not everyone, but you're such a feeling type. We have to go again to our own unique brilliance. And this is your unique brilliance. So when you know how to do it through coaching, you're going to create that as an anchor, right? To go, I'm going to get up, and when I'm speaking, or when I've got to do my 30-second spiel, or whatever it is that you do at networking, I am going to be in my coaching realm. Right? I'm not going to be in my speaking realm.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah. So that anchor is great. I'll give you one example that was massive for me, is when someone saw me sing and then someone saw me speak. This was early in my career. They'd seen me speak and I was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not exceptional, pretty good. Then they saw me sing, which I had done my whole life, and they were like,
yeah.
What? And they came up to me and said, why don't you speak like you sing? Because when I sing, I am in it. And when I spoke, I was kind of being the nice girl. I wanted to do it right. So that's what I mean by your coaching and your speaking. Why don't you speak like you coach?
I'm getting a download from what a coach told me a while back, which is, I said, well, I got to get better by, beating the impurities out of this sword. And like I had this whole thing. He goes, dang, dude, that sounds awful.
That sounds awful.
And he goes, don't you love to dance? I go, yeah. He goes, why don't you dance through life? It's like, wow, what would that look like? Yes. So this is now making more sense though on the business piece that I'm missing, because I'm definitely more dancing through life, enjoying it more, but I'm definitely, jumping to that.
And you can add the dancing as an anchor too. What would it be like where you spoke and you were just, no one was necessarily seeing your moves, but you knew internally, I am dancing and I am coaching, and I am dancing and I am coaching. That is going to bring you into the most magnetic you ever. No matter whether you're saying the wrong words or the right words, we won't care. We'll be so busy going, who is this dude? It's energetic. So does that make sense? We'll have dancing and coaching as the anchor. Now, I want you to feel your dancing. And by the way, I have to say, I don't know if you know this, but at one of our last events, I'm in the back of the team room, right? The green room. And everyone's like, I can hear chat. And then all of a sudden, I hear people going, whoa, duh, duh, duh. And they're clapping, they're going crazy. I'm like, what is happening out there? And of course, you know what my team said later? Lance was dancing. He had the whole freaking room going. I'm like, really? I mean, you lit the room up and I knew something was happening. You got this. You got this. We just need to not have the switch go to the something's wrong with me, I got to prove myself, blah, 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 staying in the genius. So I'm going to ask you, what do you do? And I want you to dance, coach me through your message. And don't move on until you feel like I'm with you. So Lance, what do you do?
Hey, RJ.
Hey.
I specialize in helping people get to the root of issues, specifically in the mental and emotional world. I don't know about you, but I'm sure you've heard some like noise in there before.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I spent about 20 years of my life trying to figure out how to shut that thing up. So I'm really excited I found some stuff that works. I love helping people change things in their life when they thought nothing else would.
You have your moment there. I felt all of that. I felt all of that. And I don't even have much mental chatter. I'm like, give it to me. Let alone the people who have so much inner conflict and so much inner chatter. What are the tears about? Is that a release? Like that felt good, or?
I'm not actually sure. What was that?
You went to where your brilliance is. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm hearing I'm not allowed to do that. Like I'm not supposed to do that, or it's too much to do that, or I scare people when I do that.
Okay, so did you scare me?
No, I connect with you, which I obviously know how to do, and
Yeah.
obviously not doing.
But that's why witnessing is so important, because I can validate you didn't overwhelm me or
Yeah.
be too intense this time. It's the other times that is the like, whoa. This actually was easy to be
I'm not
with
going
you.
to my head. Hey, I'm Lance. I have to
Yes.
I've done all these things. I've tried with these guys. I've trust me.
Because you think this is what's too intense for people. If you really go here, because you went here and you had me. Oh, is it really okay to be here?
No, it's not. Because this has been so chaotic.
Yes.
Yet I love it when I'm coaching, because then I'm in charge.
Right.
When I'm not,
Right.
I don't know what to do. And I
Right.
don't know what people are feeling, and I get blamed for so much stuff.
Well, you went there and you could feel honestly my response. This is the key. I'm going to ask you a few more questions about what you do, and I want you to stay in this realm and just make sure that I'm following you and I'm shifting like you would if you were coaching me. So what kinds of people do you work with this inner conflict?
Really, I work with people who have been stuck a long time and have tried a lot of stuff. So I've probably tried like 30 things, trying to figure it out. And so from all that,
Do you mean for yourself? You try that,
because I wanted to try everything I could, so if I ever helped someone one day, I'd have every tool possible. But yeah, the people is just whoever wants to go to the next level in some area of life.
Yeah.
My specific favorites would be like money and self, because those are the main two that I worked on, so I know a lot about.
Got it. Now what's the level of me with you and interested?
Probably 6.
6. Why do you say 6?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe more excitement, or maybe more. Something I have thought about for a long time is I was an only child, only grandchild, let alone everything else. So I was used to a lot of wow, Lance, because I would be like
Yes.
the special thing, because I was the only kid.
Yes.
And so I learned, or tried to figure out a long time, that I always thought people were mad at me, but they're not. They're just, and again, I would think, oh, they're just not interested. Not even that. I'm just Lance.
You mean if they weren't wow Lance,
Yes.
they must be mad at you?
Yes. So I always think it's lower than it is, which I've never thought of till right now.
Yeah, because you have me at least at an 8. An 8 to 9.
I actually heard 8. I just felt for some reason less, or so I should say less. But I did hear 8
Good.
right away, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting too.
And then one other question. What you work with veterans? as well.
Veterans.
Tell me about, I'm not a veteran, we have quite a few veterans in our community, but what is it about veterans that you love working with them on this? And make sure I'm staying with you.
It starts from home.
What do you mean by that?
My dad was a Vietnam veteran, and huge heart, but was just upset and angry.
Yeah.
My dad's dad was beat by 7 stepdads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew he wanted to change. I wanted to change.
Yeah.
He couldn't change. Didn't know how.
Yeah.
That's why I tried everything. And I don't know, I saw this movie, I can't remember what it was, a very famous movie about this guy who had to go to war, but he didn't want to hurt anybody. But he was like the one that would help heal. I was like, I want to be that one. I want to be that one. I don't want to hurt anyone. I want to be the guy that helps put it back. And so a veteran specifically, I think is a big touching because what they've gone through is difficult.
Yeah.
So I love to help them unlock what they didn't realize they could let go of.
And you are that person.
Sure as shit am.
And now what am I from a scale of 1 to 10 of with you?
9, 10.
10. I'm a 10. And so as you went down, I could see I'm not going to answer her from how I usually answer her. I'm going to go into my heart, and you felt something. It was overwhelming in a way. It was a lot of emotion.
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah. So I need you to. I think I know what the challenge will be over the next 14 days. The challenge is going to be something around you only speaking to people at this pace and with this level of emotion for 14 days.
I would love this challenge.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. I noticed
Great.
even a little shift of this. Now I'm seeing what happened because this lady who actually just does painting for all of Denver Broncos Stadium was like, I want you to coach my team. I've seen you talk 10 times. And then yesterday she goes, that's what you freaking do? I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was like, I thought you were some business coach thing to talk maybe marketing or I don't know, maybe how to do your pitch.
We didn't know what you did.
No.
That's right.
She goes, dude, I got a dude for you right now. He owns 5, whatever. I remember them yesterday. She goes, he has 5 companies. Dude doesn't know what to do with himself. He got divorced.
Right. And then you're going to come back, and every time you're going to have the courage, because it's going to be a courageous move, because you don't know what's going to come from here. You might cry.
Yeah,
you might get
rich people all the time now.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
For 14 days. Right? Because what I promise you, I was like this. I was like this. When I would talk about something that really mattered to me and that I felt, I would cry. Because I too, in the same personality type, have excess emotion. And if it was something moving, I would cry to people on the street. I'd be saying, thank you so much. I'd start crying to them. It's like, I'm only just saying thank you.
Do you know what it's like to do it for being a guy, though?
I don't, but I can imagine. I can really imagine, because it was kind of shameful for me and embarrassing. I could just cry at any moment. So I can imagine with the masculine guy culture. Yeah.
The dance, the martial arts, but yet this.
But what a great gift to be a guy that can access this. This is a powerful gift. So why I'm saying it about me is because as I got used to going there anyhow, it would get easier and easier and easier. And now I can talk about very emotional things, and I'm still feeling it, but it's not fully coming. Sometimes it does. I was doing a stage production here a couple of weeks ago, and we showed this video, and it made me cry again. And now the video is in. It's like, back to you, Rachael-Jayne, and I'm like, right? So, but it will get easier when you also ground here in your hara when you're speaking, because here it's just kind of like all here. When we ground, I promise you it's going to be easy. You just haven't done it much in your marketing because you're trying to escape that feeling. But that is the feeling that has us. I promise you this will get easier. We're on it. So 14 days, you can use whatever marketing language you feel is working better, like the inner conflict and the self-sabotage or the money self, all these pieces. But you have to slow down to make sure they're at an 8, 9, or 10. Because I do that when I'm out, and if they're not an 8, 9, or 10, I'm pausing and I'm saying something else. And I'm kind of like doing my coaching thing, going, are they with me?
Yeah.
And then they get with me.
They're tuning in.
And they're like, why are you so magnetic? Why do I keep listening to you? Why do I? It's like, because I'm connecting to you. It's not all here. So I also want to give you a few tips or ideas of the language as well, the words, because I was on your website last night and this morning going, okay, let me put this together. Let me try to figure out what he's doing, because he's working with all these different people, and even the inner conflict and the self-sabotage. I'm like, yeah, but that could be helping with anything. And I saw that the logo in the top was Clarity Coaching. That's your company name. Is that right?
Clarity Coaching.
Clarity Coaching. And do you want to build a worldwide brand around Clarity Coaching? Is that your brand? Clarity Coaching, of course, with Lance, but that's your, my Awakened School, the Awakened School.
Yeah, I'd actually probably call it the Clarity Center. As I'm thinking, I have a Clarity Coaching, and maybe the Clarity Center
the
would
Clarity
be like
Center.
the naturopathic hospital thing / if these veterans, when this veteran thing takes off, I want to have like a dozen people underneath me to then
Perfect.
Yeah, that's my 10x idea of that.
Great.
It's not about me. To me, it's about the tools. I want to share the freaking tools that work. Not about, Yay Lance is great and that's fun, but I'm gonna go one day. I don't know when. I know my best friends in the world passed a few months ago. Who's 40.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long I got. And so I want to bring these tools to play. So I want it to be about, I'm the dude of the dudes.
I love it. Yeah, so when we think about the Clarity Center, let's call it, or Clarity Coaching Clarity Center, when we want to build a language around that key brand.
Yes.
Right? So for the Awakened School, it's not just like sitting out there. It's about awakening. And I say this, awakening you, awakening your impact, awakening humanity, awakening your wealth. So it's got some legs to go with that Awakened School. So I started thinking about, what is clarity? What is clarity in relationship to him? Because when we hear, I'm a clarity coach or I'm clarity coaching, we think, yeah, business. Maybe he's going to help me with my message. Maybe he's going to help me clear. Because a lot of people who are working with entrepreneurs often call themselves clarity coaches or the clarity catalysts. And I was like, yes. I'm like, how do we keep it? I like it. I really like it.
I'm glad.
But
to me, the tools, everything I've ever learned, what is this doing for me? Is it creating empowerment? Is it this? I just thought, I'm just getting clarity finally on what the problem is.
Exactly.
And now I can do something, and I can get an update and see, wow, like you're helping me realize, dang, update, I'm going from head. There's a release there in my languaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. So I started thinking the same thing. What am I getting clarity on if I worked with the Clarity Center? I'm getting clarity on what the problem is. I'm getting clarity on how I'm supposed to solve the problem. And I'm also literally becoming clear.
Yes.
Energetically and psychologically, you are clearing me. And what else are you clearing?
Well, you made me think of the Board of Integrative Psychology. Guess what it's about? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and the aroundness of it. So you're getting clarity, and when you affect one, you affect the other. And so clarity
mental
one
clarity,
allows,
emotional clarity. Like you could take this word clarity and really build something around it, not just have it be the Clarity Center. So when people hear, he leads the Clarity Center. What's the Clarity Center?
He's a clarity guy.
It's
I would love that. That would be great.
But I felt like here's the cool thing. This was my download. I don't know, last night or this morning, but clarity is very mental. to most people.
That's fair. If I go clarity, I do go.
Yeah, like I'm getting clarity and this and blah, blah, blah. And you're an emotional dude.
Yeah.
So how do we bring the clarity, which is what people want, around their wealth? Why isn't their wealth happening? Why isn't their relationships working? And I was drawn to the word clear. Clear felt more spiritual to me. It felt more energetic to me.
That makes you go in.
Feel more, yes.
Yeah, it does.
So I started looking up, what's clarity versus clear? And they said it's similar, but clear is more of the experience. Clarity might be what we get or what we think, but clear is more of the experience that we then get to live with. Clear mind, clear emotion, clear spiritual. There was something about that word. Then I went clear. Maybe there's some ways that he can do that. Maybe there's an acronym. Confident, luminous, excelling, authentic. And I heard, leave that for Lance to choose. What would be the that they become when they work with you? I picked those words, you don't have to do, but I picked them because they are you. Confident. I picked luminous because that's the energetic part. You've got to have something like that. It can't be too corporate. It can't be too
I don't want it anyway.
Yeah. Luminous. Excelling. You're about high performance.
Majorly.
Right? Authentic.
Yes.
So what's the R?
Radiant?
So radiant's a little like luminous, but it could be. You could pick something else for L. But I wanted radiant or luminous or something in your work. Clear.
Clarity coaching says we focus on clearing. Wow, that helps. That sounds awesome now. Because we help clear. I can now go into my mental, emotional, physical baggage.
Yes. But clear is the experience we get. Because when I also was looking at your 2-page you sent me, like all the language that you're using, it was all around the tools. It was all around the how many years, and it was all around the testimonials. So I was like, I'm like, great, he's got all these tools and these 30 things and the blah, 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 but I'm still not getting the experience that you take me to.
Wow, that's great.
And you are all about taking them to an experience.
That's really interesting because my whole father growing up was, we are the Western experience. We were known, the Western experience of Dallas is us.
You are now the experience of clarity. Breathe. I mean, not to calm it down, but that's like, you are the experience of clarity.
I just thought I would love to do that. I went, I am doing that.
You are doing that.
I am doing that.
And the experience is having people become clear. I don't know, you can play with that, but I just got it so strong when I was looking at your stuff, is clear has to be brought in with clarity.
Lance is mirroring you as well. It's not just about the tools and the modalities and the things that you're teaching and the clarity that you're getting people. It's the experience that they receive in working with you. And the magnetic message audit is going to ask you questions, won't take you long to figure out whether this message is actually landing, and if it's not as well as it could, why and how to fix it. The link is below.
So we've touched in on the psychological reason for going so fast and going, and this is what I'm doing, that's confusing people. Right? There's something wrong with me, I've got to be brilliant. But you're going to, it keeps looping because you're not going to your brilliance. You're going to your head and your brilliance is here. As soon as you mark it from here, I'm at an 8 or 10 listening to you. Right? And we're working out also the presence of when you're speaking it. Right? Slow it down, tune in, am I with you? And then we've got some words around the clarity, around the clear, bringing that back in. There's more that I want to say, but I want to just stop and pause there before edit the challenge just one more, and everybody else watching can take this challenge. I think it would be a great challenge for everyone who has to be speaking, messaging, leading. Most people, that's what I built my whole company around. Most people aren't having people really hear what people are saying.
Yes.
They're just going in one ear and out the other.
Yep.
But I want to pause and just see if there's any questions or anything you want to bounce off me before we feel complete with this and go into the challenge part.
Only thing that came to mind was, how do I connect to the audience better?
Yeah, I mean, I think stay on people. Like if it's you saw me with a group, I'm with someone. I mean, how many sentences am I on, or how many words am I on before I move?
Yeah, nice paragraph.
It's a lot, and I think that the more is better.
I think it's energetically frequency, right? Your frequency connecting, which then tells the room to connect.
Yeah.
That's what I think is happening.
And it takes a few words to look at someone else and then connect with them. I'm not like ding, ding, ding.
You get a car.
Right? It's like, hey, and feel them feeling you.
Yes, I love that a lot.
Feel them feeling you.
Feel them feeling you. How do you do that? Because I'm going to go inside twice? I mean, what do you mean?
Well, share your biggest aha from today's session and feel me feeling you. So what's your biggest takeaway of all the things we've covered? But I want you to feel me feeling you. Means you're not going to just tell me, you're going to feel that you have an effect on me. That's why it's so cool, because you are feeling that you're having an effect on me, and everyone wants to feel like they're having an effect. If we don't feel like we're effective and having an effect on anyone, it is depressing in the real sense of the word, because we're humans connecting. So once someone feels like I'm having an effect on this person's energy who's speaking just gets even more magnetic and more home and more safe. That's why I feel them feeling you. You'll feel your effect that you're having on me, that you're the one speaking.
That helps a lot, because when I first heard this, I was like, she's trying to make me do like a double association of feel the feel, like someone mission over there. I was like, I don't know what she meant.
Right.
That makes sense.
Good. So what's your biggest aha or takeaway internally or whatever? It doesn't have to be something I've said, but just something that was going on with you in the last while that you're taking away from this coaching session. And as you say that, feel your effect on me.
I think the biggest thing you've taught me is I've been running away from my body. And going into analytical, internal proving method that used to keep me safe, that doesn't work anymore.
Do you feel me feeling you?
I do.
And so then there's the loop, and you become more magnetic. I just want to hear the next thing that you're saying. It's wonderful.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Great.
So 14-day challenge. Here is what it's going to be. And I'm going to be following you.
Good.
We're going to meet in 14 days.
Okay.
If you do the challenge, you're going to get 2 tickets to Spiritual and Successful, the live event coming up.
All right.
You can bring someone with you as a thank you for going full on into this. And I'm kind of your accountability buddy in this. So 14 days, every single time someone asks you what do you do, or you've got a chance to promote, you're going to slow it down, and you're going to be in the dancing and coaching mode. Dancing and coaching mode. They're going to know you've got some little secret in there. You're going to be coaching to see if they're there.
Yes.
And I don't care if it bombs for the first 8 days. I want you to keep going for 14 days. You willing to do that?
Of course.
And then
I'm
we'll
going to constantly do this forever now.
You're an amazing dude.
Amazing gal. Thank you so
give
much.
you a hug.
I want to pause right now and just ask you, are you relating to any of this? Post a comment or question below. What are you getting out of this, or what question do you have for me? And if you also want an elevated conversation on spiritual awakening and human potential, entrepreneurship, leadership, and having a really successful career, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, but I invite you to check out the Awakened Life newsletter. That is where you're going to get all the updates of these episodes and all my tools and resources and coaching questions for you to live an awakened life. Let's get back to the episode. Okay, Lance, how are you today after your 14 days?
Feeling excellent. It's definitely been some stretching, some trying some new things, testing on some stuff, but I'm very excited, have definitely gotten some awesome feedback.
So what was the hardest thing about this challenge for you in trying to change some patterns?
Yes. I think the biggest, which I think everyone's laughing, giggling right now knows, it'd be definitely just jumping to the head. I know that's a simple answer, but it was definitely the most difficult of, oh, I see myself doing that. Like, but I'm catching it now, right? Because you help me realize, because first it's automatic. So you have that gift of helping us realize it's automatic and hey, maybe not the best way to bake the cake, you know? But if you change ingredients around and kind of go in a different process, I was like, wow, I was having people like get emotional all of a sudden and like hugging me. And I'm like, whoa, this is this is cool. This hasn't happened like this before. And I want to tell you a big thing that came up yesterday was I had a friend of mine that, because this has blown up my world really, and it's in beautiful ways. I've been asking people like, listen how I'm saying this, like, what are you feeling? And what am I evoking out of you when I go about this? And I had something when RJ is going to love this. She goes, Lance, I think Rachael-Jayne helps you realize that there's a piece of you over there that you're still not fully accepting. And I went, I don't want to talk about like that. And I even said that. It was really interesting as she got me into it. I really realized there's this, well, I really reject this like overly emotional piece of me that I've really tried to contain.
Yeah.
And she goes, but that's your magic, Lance. Like that's your thing, is that piece over there. And
Yeah.
yeah, like realizing that maybe because I've been rejecting that, I've been rejecting myself, which is probably pushing people away and in some ways. And I'm seeing now like, wow, what if I really start sharing more of my story, man? And now that I have, I just start in the beginning now of like, hey, I'm Lance. I dealt with a lot of, inner turmoil and shame and back and forth and loud emotions and noise in my head. And I spent 20 years just trying everything I could to calm this system down. I found some stuff that works and really helped me, my family, my loved ones. And now it's my destiny to like just teaching these awesome things.
I'm so proud of you. You get 2 tickets to Spiritual and Successful.
Oh.
So you're going to be back at Casa Sagrada very soon to experience that 3-day experience, going through the inner work, of course, and then the outer work to bring our message, to bring our leadership into the world in a way that makes a huge impact. So looking forward to seeing you again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can't wait. It's awesome. I can't wait. I just want to let everyone know that the RJ's team, everyone here is so wonderful, so welcoming. If you get the chance to come out here, you absolutely should. This place has been redone top to bottom with everything in mind, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You can feel it here. So if you ever get a chance to come out, see this amazing team, this amazing lady, you should definitely check it out.
Thanks so much for watching. Before you go, make sure you stay connected to our community of leaders, entrepreneurs, high performers who want to live an awakened life by signing up for the free newsletter, The Awakened Life. And this month, you have an opportunity to join us at Spiritual and Successful and get some heavily discounted tickets that are going on right now. Spiritual and Successful, the live event, is me training you for 3 days on how to increase your magnetism, how to increase your presence, how to increase the ownership of your value and your worth, and how to communicate this. This experience is about how you get the brakes off to what it is that you're trying to do. What stops you from what your heart is calling you to do. It's also going to support you to live with an unshakable inner peace. I want to help you get off the mental and emotional roller coaster for good. So check out Spiritual and Successful, the live event. The links are in the description below.